That's definitely Spanish Fly.
That's a date rape reference right there.
That's definitely date rape, son.
Yeah,
that's a big yikes.
So there's not a whole lot of
he spiked her drink
that.
with
Spanish flying with the lady Scarface bottoms up.
I've actually heard I've heard people reference this before. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with it, but I've heard people talk about that line specifically for sure.
Yeah, that definitely was
Spanish Fly. Really, a date rape drug? No, Spanish Fly just make you horny.
No, well,
I mean, I think anything that you're giving a woman without letting her know, you know what I'm saying, like falls into that category. Like anything that inebriates you in any way. Like,
but maybe he didn't. Yeah, definitely, you're right. 100%.
I'm looking this up.
So maybe he did it. Maybe she's cool with it. I hope not. I don't know. We don't know what they did. Bro. Yeah, but but boom, no, guys, no, no. Send me the recording of our song without the type of practice, but I can do that myself.
You don't have a copy of it that you recorded on
my freaking computer? Yeah. What? Yeah. I need you for everything, man. Word.
That's right.
Come on. Yeah. It kind of though. Anybody. Anyway, motherfucking issue motherfucking 213. That's some Eminem shit, right?
No. There's 313.
Okay, whatever, man. 213 is where? California?
LA.
Yeah.
Long Beach.
Yeah. LA. We on some Snoop Dogg shit, yo.
213.
Yeah. Compton. Yeah, it's just like whatever, boy. But Karl, how you doing? Dope shirt you got there, bro.
That's right. And I am in the mountains.
Yeah.
Little getaway.
And you are not Big Ghost. Maybe.
And I am still not Big Ghost.
Oh no! The evidence is inconclusive.
I don't know. You guys will see a T-shirt that states everything you need to know.
True indeed. Pretty much. Yeah. What kind of shirt you got on, bro?
Oh man, I'm wearing one of my favorite merch pieces. Man, this is my Big Ghost Crime Apple Aquadente shirt. Shit. So this from a minute ago, way back. But it's one of my favorite merch pieces, man. I don't think I'm ever gonna get rid of this, man. Like it's washed in certain places, and it just looks how it's supposed to look, and it's real comfy. I'm never getting rid of this shirt. Probably some of the best merch I own.
And I love that album. And it's not just because I'm on it. Do.
I was about to say it ain't just because you're on it. No, that's it. That was one of them dope albums. Shout out Crime Apple. That new Crime Apple and V-Don, y'all heard that?
Hell yeah, I heard that shit, man.
Oh my God.
He just over there with Eddie and Rock Marcy and Jazz. Shout out to all those guys. Yeah. And shout out to Steve, all-time podcast over there.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
Shout out that. Yeah, I saw that episode too, Karl.
Yeah, I'll be talking shit. Hey, yo, boom. But Florida in the building. Know what I'm saying? We got if y'all go back and listen to episode 177, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's easy to remember because it's in the group chat. Yeah. Anyway, we got André DeSaint in the building again, yo. How you feeling, man?
Welcome back.
I feel good, man. Thanks for having me again. I appreciate it. How y'all been?
No doubt, man. It's good. It's been great, man. I mean, the last time you came on, you dropped the album right after the podcast, and this time you about to do the same thing. Look how God works. Yeah. That's just
it's almost like it's planned, man.
Yeah. Almost, but it's not. Can we just make it? Let me make a disclaimer, man. Hey, all y'all sending y'all shots and saying I want to come on next week. That ain't how it works. André, when did we arrange this?
Probably the day after the last episode.
Exactly.
So officially 8 months ago, essentially, is what you said. Yeah. I'm not. Hey,
booked, man.
Hey, bro, it's not discrimination against anybody, bro. Please, respect the process. We getting to you. I promise you. I promise you.
It's a good problem to have, though, for y'all.
It's fun, man. It's fun, man. I just want everybody to get their shine, man. Everybody deserve to be heard, especially those that are making all this dope music, man.
Yeah.
Keep feeding the ecosystem.
Yep.
Definitely, man. So 10-2, that is crazy. So we got about 10 days. No, not really. We in the future right now. What day is
it? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what day it is in the future, but you talking about the drop date?
Yeah.
This comes out 2 days from now in the future.
2 days.
That's the new song.
Holy shit.
New song dropping in 2 days. Album dropping on the 8th, though.
Gotcha. On the 8th.
Yeah,
okay.
This episode drop on the 30th.
Yep, yeah. September 30th.
Okay,
that's what day this is. When you're listening to it, don't listen to us Time Lords talk our future talk. You don't need to concern yourselves with that.
I'm a Time Lord. I like that.
That's actually hard.
I ain't gonna be here. I ain't gonna be here though. The rapture comes Tuesday. That's what they said, son. Word. I ain't going to work tomorrow, man. The rapture coming, man. Word. And if I get written up, it's because of the rapture. You know what I'm saying? Word. Thank you, Jesus. You ain't hear about that?
No.
The rapture supposed to be tomorrow, man. Word.
What?
Where did they say that?
MAGA.
Oh goodness.
Does that mean the Verge is about to start or something like that?
No, take them. That's cool.
But
I
got
going?
to Don't Meet Your Heroes early. Okay. I got to listen to Don't Meet Your Heroes early. So boom, I'm going.
We straight. Don't meet your heroes.
I'm good.
They about to go meet their hero, but I'm Bob.
Yeah. Imagine it's like I don't know. They said my dad always used to say they get 70 virgins when you bomb somebody or something like that. Whenever you for a jihad or whatever.
Yeah, I never know how a Lukey sentence is about to end, bro. Like,
but my dad's even crazier. So my dad said, "What if they all boys up there waiting for 7 boy virgins, just waiting to wear you out when you bomb yourself?" I like, Dad, don't say that to nobody else.
But I don't think it actually says that.
That's what
anywhere
he said
in the Quran. No,
I don't know, man. But
does.
He's always said that, yo. He said, "What if it's men?"
Don't quote me on that because I haven't read it all. But
I was like, yo, nah, word. I don't know, yo. But anyway, word, my guy.
Yeah, back on track.
Yeah, how many projects you dropped? You dropped 2 this year?
It's crazy. I've dropped 2 so far. I got 2 more coming actually. Don't Meet Your Heroes, and then I got something to end the year out real strong as well. That I'm excited about. But yeah, man, busy year for me.
Nice.
So indeed. So you dropped one with Don, right?
Yeah, top of the year. That was last time we talked. That was right about to drop. Open up shop right at the beginning of the year, and then
it's a fantastic project.
Thank you, man. And then end of July, me and Machacha dropped our second project together, the Black Teddy Santas.
Yeah.
Which I was super excited about that one, man. I've been holding on to it for a little bit, and I was really excited to get that out to the people. And then next up we got Don't Meet Your Heroes. Me and my boy Rios. We're from the same city. Meaning to do an album together for a minute. He actually produced a majority of Count the Bodies a couple years ago, and then we locked in and did a solo project together. So yeah, I'm excited about this one too, man.
Nice.
I got something to say, man, and I hope you don't find it weird when I say it. It's not going to be weird like Lukey. It's going to be different.
Man, my shit be all right. Whatever. Cool.
This project, bro, like what was the mentality that you were in? Because me, we're talking about Don't Meet Your Heroes. That's about to come out.
Okay.
And I just want to find out about the headspace that you were in as far as your creative process, because it sounds real Kanye without being insane. You understand what I'm saying? Like good Kanye, like before he, got on or got off his meds, whatever the case was, in a lot of places, right? But it's like, and when I say that, I mean it's very expressive, it's very big sounding, stadium sounding ish, like flashing lights moments, for example, like on Don't Meet Your Heroes, like the hook, the type, you know what I mean? Like, what were you trying to do? What type of album were you trying to make?
I appreciate that. And just to at the top of your question, mentioning like the Kanye, influence, definitely somebody that influenced me early on a lot, especially College Dropout. I remember buying that album like freshman year of high school. And, that was the album where I feel like that was the first rap album as a kid that grew up in New York and moved to Florida. That was like the first rap album that I heard where I was like, oh, you can just rap about regular shit. Like you don't have to be imitating like the gangster rappers, which is kind of what I was doing when I was real young. I grew up in the neighborhood that 50 Cent like blew up in. So that was like who I had to look up to musically. So Kanye shifted a lot of that for me. And it was really eye-opening to hear somebody that can express himself in the way that he did without trying to sound tough. You know what I'm saying? So that had like a huge influence on me and my writing style. that developed to this day. But with this album, man, like the title kind of speaks to it as well, where like the mindset I was in was just like, there's just a lot of bullshit going on. You know what I mean? Like we're conditioned to seeing certain things and believing certain things and certain lines of thinking. But, you get to a point where you almost like you get to that point of being jaded that people always talk about, where you're like, man, this shit ain't what it seems. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I was coming from with the type of talk that I was doing on this album. But also, like, lastly, what I will say is I also like went into this album being very intentional about making songs with complete thoughts. Whether that was like through the hook or thematically, throughout the song or whatever. Like the verses are very conversational. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's just like the headspace I was in. I just really wanted to flex that muscle. And another big influence for me on making conversational rap is Jay-Z. I feel like he does that real well. I was just listening to Imaginary Players like earlier today, and that's one of those songs where
love that song.
Yeah, it's like he's talking to you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's really the headspace that I was in making this one.
I got two guys. I felt like I don't know. It's not the same vibe, but I really like these two guys that I figured it kind of reminded me of Ty and Ty. Tyler, when he raps good, Tyler the Creator, and Ty Ferris. I got those vibes. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm sorry, Tyler the Creator. He doesn't rap that good sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Word. I mean, Ty Ferris is a spitter.
Always
so
raps incredible.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's why I put those
Super
two together.
Sharp,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tyler raps good, but like
Tyler raps well, but I don't think he comes from the same school of like being a technician at rap that some of us come from. You know what I'm saying? I think he's more of a musician. A musician first, rather, because I don't want it to sound like rap isn't being a musician, but I think someone like Tyler is way more concerned with the chord progressions of a song and like I'm a big Tyler fan. So one of the things I kind of make fun of him for, playfully, but he's always talking about like the bridge on the song. He's like, "Oh, you hear that fucking bridge?" Like, that's the kind of guy that he is. So someone like Ty Ferris, on the other hand, is that's a super sharp pen, and you can tell that he's like constantly trying to get better at rapping, no matter how good you get. So I think the mix of those two makes sense.
Sure, indeed.
I also feel like there's a consistency in the way that you rap. There's an intelligence to it. And I don't mean that necessarily just in the intellectual value of what you're saying, but there's an intellect to the approach that you have to how you spit. Yeah. And like Ty Ferris is definitely one of those. Planet Asia is one of those. Vega 7. I think there are people that and for me, MF Doom is my goat in that. There are people that approach rap in an intelligent way. And you're definitely one of those people that consistently does that. And it's one of the reasons I'm a fan.
No, I appreciate that, man. And that means a lot to me. That I really appreciate the kind words y'all are giving me right now. And in general, we talked about stuff like this before, but I think that really just stems from having a certain appreciation for the art form. Like I've always viewed rap as like an art form that, in my opinion, still doesn't get enough respect, from a standpoint of being like good and talented writers. You know what I'm saying? And it's pure art. Yeah, exactly. Especially, the people that not only do that well, but do or put a big effort into building a world around their music. I think that's like you mentioned Tyler. That's something that I think is his strong suit, even more so than music. So I definitely appreciate that, and that is something that goes into it. Specifically, my love for the art form. So
indeed. How can we change that? I know
his love for the art form.
No. How can we change? No. How can we? Karl, how can we change people from looking at rap is not an art form at times? As like I know everybody's talking about right now. Charlie Kirk said we got to stop listening to rap music and get back to music that we used to. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
I got a hot take on that actually.
Go for it.
I think it's necessary. I think it's necessary. I think it's a necessary part of hip hop. Like the essence of hip hop and rap is rebellious, at its core. So I think like having that chip on our shoulder as rappers and people that are making hip hop music, having that chip on our shoulders is kind of helpful to the essence of what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can hear it in the music. And I think without that, it's not what we love about it. So I think it's almost a necessary evil, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you consider like the competitive sports side of rap, just kind of going at it, everybody trying to be better than the next person. Like, I think that's all necessary to make it what it is personally. So I wouldn't even want to see that go away.
I will piggyback off of that and just say that jazz, as an example, I think hip hop will come to a point where it continues to grow in that viewpoint, but it's always going to be an uphill battle. And I think jazz is a great example of that. A lot of people accept jazz as fine art, but there are still a lot of people that just have no use for it.
Yeah.
and will not and will never admit that it's an art form. So, and that's okay, because I think both music styles come from the same place.
Yes. Yeah. I think something that is going to lead to that path that we're talking about is something that you were kind of speaking towards earlier, Andre. The technical, and this is what you were also saying, Karl, just the technical skill behind the actual art of MCing and approaching it like such, approaching it like science, and wanting to constantly build in it and get better to it. That's what's building and what's keeping it alive and thriving right now, is that there are people like a Ty Ferris, for example, or you can name an endless list of MCs, yourself included, who are composing things and really being mindful about the science of trying to be an MC and rhyme. And that's coming from that place, Karl, like you're saying, like people when they're playing jazz and just the spirit of the real jazz, it's not supposed to be something that anybody can grasp. I mean, random people can feel it and be like, yeah, that's dope off of just a quick glance and know it. Mm-hmm. But only the people who really appreciate it are going to get it. So that's why when you hear these calls for don't listen to rap anymore and all that, hey, I'm glad. Please don't. Y'all don't need to, because it's taking it back to the roots of what you're talking about. Like, this needs to, our strength is in the rebellious counterculture essence of what the music is at its core. That's where the power of it comes from, of the rebellion, of the fist, of the fuck you, I'ma do what I do, this is how we moving, like it or love it. Like, that's how the energy it's supposed to have. And it's been co-opted way too many times. I call it out. Low self-esteem rappers trying to make shit more relatable to everybody and being absorbed.
I don't think that's the problem.
Well, that's one of many problems. Let me get off my soapbox. But I didn't want that to pass.
The biggest problem, I think, is the people that don't like hip hop or rap have not listened to a lot of different type of rap.
They just don't like it though.
And they listen to Gorilla on the radio.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's our point.
But even that though, like, I always not to accuse you of anything, Lukey, but I always step in when I hear people like shitting on like the new female rap, because I do too, and I think it's important, bro. Like, if I think about like and Primo, you just said like you're gonna get off your soapbox. I'm gonna get on mine. I feel like
go for it.
I feel like as a man that raps, like for so long, women have been subjected to hearing the most insane shit that we say about women.
I was thinking about that.
Sex, that we say about whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like when a Glorilla or Mona Leo, Cali, like those girls, like Ice Spice, even like when they get to talking their shit, I'm like, yo, this is dope. Like they finally get to hear the shit that they think is entertaining, or that, you know what I'm saying, like speaks to them. So like I really don't have a problem with it. And I think what comes with that though is like they might be introducing a new audience to listening to rap that never really got the other shit that we grew up on or we came up on. So they don't have that historical context to give a shit beyond what they're hearing and what they like. So I don't know, man. I think that's why it's all kind of fragmented, and like I try not to pass judgment on some shit that I may not understand either, because
you a PhD student, man. That was perfectly eloquently explained, my friend. Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
And here goes story time. Trauma dump for Lukey King.
Here we go.
Radio came on and we heard Nan for the first time by Trick Daddy.
Yeah. That's a Florida classic right there.
Yeah. But it was all bleeped out. You know what I'm saying? On the radio. The homie got the tape, played it, I was like, what?
Yeah, Trina was on her shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like she said, fuck 5 or 6 best friends. I was like, me next. Like, for real? Then she
and that
said,
was early too. That was before this era. That was so early.
Yes. I was in love, yo. I just knew it was a slim chick with a fat ass that was rapping so nasty. She said, something, eat the dick and eat the clit. And I was like, what?
Yeah, she was
said a lot of
crazy
things
on that.
She said a lot of things.
Then I was like, Then I went to the phone book to look for Taterhead in the phone book, because he said, you got the number, ask Taterhead. And I was like, Taterhead,
you got my number? All right.
You got like, what?
Yeah, it sounds like that verse changed your life, Lukey. I can't lie.
Okay, you heard Little Kim rap. You heard other women rap, and it was kind of nasty. But when I heard that verse right there, I was like,
it was different. There was no holds barred.
It was really something else, man.
When I first heard that verse, my first, like, looking back on it, at least in hindsight, I think Trina, to me, she was one of the first women I heard rap like that wasn't hiding it under a metaphor or like trying to say in a clever way. She was just like, this is it. You know what I'm saying? She was just going for it. So
man, yo, that bruh.
Man, the first time I heard that, I was in the back of some random sweatbox club down in the South, forgotten parts of Illinois, somewhere near the Mississippi River, man. And I'll never forget, I was getting the best dance, just going crazy because that bass line is so like the beat.
That song holds up now, bro. Like I know I live in Florida, but like
rock, Jack.
Yeah, when if I drop that in a DJ set, like it would go crazy.
It's
like
going
today,
up.
You know
it's going up
for sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, that was something that his people were riding around. I'd heard it riding down the street, but and I heard it because somebody was like in a box Chevy with 12s in the trunk or something. So it was rattling the car. I was like, yo, what's that? That's that Trick Daddy. Oh, okay, I've heard that. Whatever.
Yeah.
But in the club, for whatever, like it came on, and when you hear it in the club and it's sweating and you just partying, oh yeah, no, it's a vibe, Jack. It's a vibe.
I try to put lyrics, but I keep my Windows 7
it's
computer.
Okay. We don't need that. That's a different era.
We get the point. We get the point.
Darn, Windows didn't come through.
Windows 7,
Shucks.
man. Man. Word. What are they on now? Windows what?
I don't think they're on Windows anymore. Yeah, who knows?
Everybody got Macs.
They still got Windows?
11.
Windows 11? Okay,
yeah,
went up 4.
Yeah, fuck it. I can stick to what I'm good at, man. Word. So boom, let's talk about this new album, Rios.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's your man's, huh?
Yeah. He's somebody I met like a while back, man. We're in Cape Coral, like Fort Myers area. Music scene, I think, is pretty small, but especially for what I do, you know what I'm saying? I don't really meet too many people that make the sound that, I've been kind of going for the past few years and whatnot. So Rios reached out to me randomly. We knew some mutual people, but he reached out to me to get on an album that he did, I think back in like 2018 or 19. That's how we linked up. And, when it was time to do Count the Bodies, asked him for some beats, and he sent me a batch that like was damn near the whole album. So we've been locked in since then. Been wanting to do an album with him for a while, but it's scheduling albums and trying to figure it all out, how that shit gets. So we finally got to lock in and like put a real project together. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm excited because I know like this is kind of his introduction to like this scene. You know what I'm saying? Like the side of things that I've been operating into. But I feel like people are going to really like what we put together, and I'm excited to see him work with some more MCs that do kind of this world of shit,
Mm-hmm. True indeed. John Wells. I'm not too familiar with John. You know what I'm saying? Primo, you know John Wells?
No, but he was spitting on there, man. He was spitting on holding the balls. He was going crazy.
Yeah. I came across John Wells' music a while back, man, and I don't know him or anything like that. Somebody I reached out to, to get on the song. We did some business, and it was a good song. And but yeah, he's a super talented MC. I've seen a lot of people are really like rocking with his movement right now. So yeah, shout out to him, man.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, he was really he found a different pocket on that holding walls up.
Which I always appreciate. I appreciate when people when I reach out to somebody to get on a song and they compliment it as opposed to, you know what I'm saying? Like doing your own thing and finding your own pocket is like, I really appreciate that. I view it as a sign of respect as well. You know, when I send something to somebody and they really like take their time to do something different with it. So yeah, I definitely agree on that.
Real rapper shit, real MC shit.
Yeah. And especially on that song specifically, because I don't want to say that I like took it easy necessarily on that song, but I was definitely taking a more stylistic approach.
You know
what I'm saying?
That's
so like I was looking for something that took it the other way without me having to do it. You know what I mean? So it complements each other really well.
Great compliment. Absolutely, bro. I love the fact that you use technical terms when you talk to your approach to rhyming in hip hop, because I'm a proponent of that, man. I preach that, and I feel like that's something that's that level that again is going to make this art more and more respected, because there's so many behind it. It's the thank you. It's the intelligence, the intellect behind every facet of it. And the nuances, like you can sit here and study this, like we about to do. Like we gonna break this down and talk about this.
I feel that way about rap for real, man. Like I know my girl is sick of hearing me break down why Jay-Z's the illest of all time, in my opinion. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I really love dissecting rap in that way. And like, I don't know, have y'all heard the Dissect podcast? That like brings it up for me. Like, yeah, have y'all heard that where it's this dude that like
those dudes?
I don't know if it's multiple guys. It's one guy, but he's always breaking shit down. And I think that like the concept of a Dissect podcast, specifically when it comes to hip hop, is a good one. I wish it was executed a little differently. So that's why I wanted to get y'all opinion on if y'all have heard it. But it's more so from a standpoint of like trying to figure out the 8 meanings behind a Kendrick Lamar bar or some shit. Which is like, you know, that's like not my thing per se, because I feel like a lot of that stuff is a reach. And I feel like if you ask the actual rapper, they'd be like, "Nah, I wasn't even thinking about that." I wasn't adding up 8 and 3 and then making a reference to that 8 lines later and then 3 lines later. It's like that shit bugs me out. But I think if we had a podcast where like, or if there was a podcast out there, maybe there is, maybe somebody that watches this could drop it in the comments that like actually dissects rap from a technical standpoint. Like that shit would
Mickey Facts.
Oh yeah, Mickey Facts is a good one. Yeah, but does he have like a solidified podcast though?
Well, I don't know that he has a podcast, but you know they have a school
or rap seminar.
Well, but they have a school, and he basically teaches emceeing.
Yeah, I've seen him do that on Twitter. Like he'll break down like a real double entendre and shit like that.
And he's really really good.
Yeah.
I don't like that or dissecting. Because here's what fucked it up, everything up for me. Ghostface with Supreme Clientele, when we thought it was the killer. Yeah, we thought it was the illest slang ever. Then that motherfucker came on and said, I was just rhyming a rhyme.
I think Ghost trolled us, man. I think Ghost is trolling us, man. He just doesn't want to tell everybody what he was talking about.
Lord Superb wrote that shit and he died, and you don't know what the fuck Lord Superb was writing.
This was before Superb, though.
No, Superb died a year before he went on Drink Champs.
Maybe he was mad that everybody got it right.
Yeah,
maybe he was trying to go so far out of the pocket,
right?
And he was hoping nobody would get it, and then everybody starts coming in with, "Oh, this is what he was saying. This is what he was saying," and he's like,
"Okay,
that's not what I said."
Man, I do remember everybody being disappointed with that answer when he was asked about that. But I also think that like, depending on the artist, sometimes I don't want to know from them. You know what I'm saying? What they meant. Like I'd rather take it for what I think it is and have that be unique to me and move forward. Like I don't always need that. There are times where I feel like, oh man, I wish I could ask this rapper why they said this, or you know what I'm saying, and like hopefully one day I get to work with them so I could ask them that or whatever. Like, but I think there are some artists where I'd rather just not. Like I like the fact that, I mean, he's not a rapper, but like Frank Ocean like never talks about his music. It's whatever you think it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And like I enjoy that, but that doesn't work for everybody necessarily. So
true indeed. Can't blow. I'm scared to ask them what the hell they was meaning on all them songs. Well, I know one was a date drug.
Who?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Camp Low.
Oh, Camp Low.
Yeah, remember Sipping Amaretta? He said Spanish flying. No. Spanish flying with the lady Scarface, bottoms up, sunshine. Love potion number 9. That's definitely Spanish fly.
That's a date rape reference right there.
That's definitely date rape, son.
Yeah.
That's a big yikes.
So
there's not a whole lot of
he spiked her drink. with
Spanish flying with the lady Scarface bottoms up.
I've actually heard I've heard people reference this before. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with it, but I've heard people talk about that line specifically for sure.
Yeah, that definitely was
Spanish fly really a date rape drug? No, Spanish fly just make you horny.
No, well, I think anything that you're giving a woman without letting her know, you know what I'm saying, like falls into that category. Like anything that inebriates you in any way. Like,
but maybe he didn't. Yeah, definitely you're right. 100%.
I'm looking this up.
Yeah. Maybe he didn't. Maybe she's cool with it. I hope not. I don't know. We don't know what they did. Bro. Yeah, but but boom, no, guys, no. No. Yeah, but it was cool. That line was like crazy back in the day. It's the you ain't know line with Rick Ross, the same thing.
Oh yeah, that was egregious. That was egregious immediately too. It wasn't even like it took time for people to. Yeah, it was immediately like, why would you say that?
Yeah, it's like, bro,
she didn't even know.
She didn't even know. Like, that's not a hot play.
That's actually a very strange thing to say.
Whoa, wait a minute, man.
And what's crazy, that's shady behavior. That's how you really know yes men exist, bro. Because how the fuck did that song get past more than one other person? You know what I'm saying?
Well, hold on, full circle moment. You know, this goes back to, as I brought up his name earlier, Kanye. I mean, how do some of the most degenerate and bogus things said to the world end up just in our casual rotation of listenings? But certain things can't be said.
Yes, man. Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
The way the music industry is set up, I think like
shout out Trina and Nan.
Yeah. But the way that whole culture is set up though is like Kanye, his existence is solidifying people's salary. You know what I'm saying? So there's people that are weighing their livelihood against telling him the truth or just speaking up for themselves or whatever. So I think that there's just certain things that, you know, people aren't willing to let get in the way of their livelihood. And from a certain standpoint, I can understand
they want to fight. You think?
Yeah, but
they're like remoras. And they remoras. They tag along with sharks.
They clean the shark and turn the shark.
The one that sucks on them. It just go like
they attach themselves to it. Yeah, but you know, I mean that money that they're getting for whatever bullshit job they're actually doing, is too much to risk, especially when you're dealing with somebody that's you know super famous. Because if they're volatile and super famous, you can be out of a job and a paycheck real quick unless you think everything they do is brilliant.
Imagine being in the studio and you know that man's talking about I sucked my cousin's dick, and you like, that's that line, my nigga. Yo, you're a genius.
But that was hold on. And speaking of this dude, so that's his ghostwriter, as we're talking about. Man, we in a whole little round. Check it out.
Dave Bluntz, right?
Dave Bluntz, aka How Do I Survive Every Day Without Having a CPAP machine hooked up when I just want to like blink my eyelids.
Andre, did you play Pokemon as a youth?
Nah, not for real. Like I had a phase where I was like trying to get the cards because it was the cool shit to do, but I didn't get it.
Yeah. Snorlax. Remember Snorlax?
That's one of those Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's Dave Bluntz.
That's the round one, right? Yeah, he's the round one.
Yeah. He's interesting because like I don't know if y'all have ever heard him rap for real, like outside of the whole Kanye shit. But like he can rap. You know, he says he's kind of a comedian, you know what I'm saying? He's saying funny shit, but he can rap. So the whole route that he's been taking with the Kanye thing is a little confusing for me. But again, it's like whatever money comes with that, like how can you be mad at anybody for taking that?
He probably don't even pay him though. He probably just like says, "Yeah, I'm going to bring you out to Wyoming, and you can Wyoming and stay out here. You know, you can come hang out on my compound."
8 boxes of honey buns. 8 boxes of honey buns.
I'm going to give you. You see that plot of land over there? That's going to be yours. I'm going to build you a house over there. You know, just write me 16 songs.
I got a really good deal on a bunch of baby oil. You can help me put it around the house somewhere.
And then he gives him the burger, the burger with the donut in the Boondocks.
Yep.
That everybody ate to get fat.
Luther. Yeah, the Luther.
Deep cut.
He gives Dave Bluntz like 12 Luthers and say here, and he writes him a song.
Well, Dave Bluntz said that Kanye was grooming him. I was about to say, what type of grooming was he doing? He needs to do some reverse grooming to you and have you out there training and getting healthy.
I don't know why Lukey just made him Wimpy from Popeye. I'm glad you write a verse Tuesday for a burger today.
Face ass.
Andre, how we get on Dave Blunt. That's his writer. That's his writer. That's kind of his writer.
Yo, something I was going to say earlier too. This is a hard left, by the way, but I feel like it's a good place to take a hard left. You mentioned Mickey Fax, who when I heard that name, my first thought was like how, he kind of introduced Vega to, I guess the larger audience or whatever through that competition that he had. I'm sure y'all are familiar. I think I've actually heard y'all talk about it on here. But it's just kind of, to me, it was just funny, like his name getting brought up and then like just thinking about that. But because shout out to Vega too. That's my guy. But I actually randomly came across that old video where he was I think it was him, Mickey Fax, and Lupe, right? With the video that went viral or whatever.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit was crazy. It holds up today if anybody wants to go find that. Vega's one of those guys, man.
Mm-hmm.
What's my man's name? Sorry the kid.
Sayari the kid, yeah.
Him and my boy Lloyd Owen. Yeah, they some spitters. Yo, sorry, man. I'm waiting for that one-on-one fade, man. I know you be hacking, but I don't believe in your jump shot. I don't believe in it.
Wow.
I don't. Yeah.
Man, that's calling it real for nothing.
But he said one of the realest lines ever, yo. He said, you got so many ops. I'm starting to believe the problem is you. That's what he said.
Yeah.
I was like, that's some. Yeah, and that's by the time the Drake shit was going on. I was like, yo, I need to make a video putting that line in there. Like, bro, Drake, if everybody hates you, my dude, then the problem might be you, G.
Probably is you.
Everybody hates you,
sir.
Word, true indeed. Bro, who right now is inspiring this stuff? I know you got a girl. My bad.
You got it. Wild. This dude remind me of Chet from Weird Science, man.
Yes. My bad.
How would you like a greasy pork sandwich served in a dirty ass tray?
The black version of Rick Sanchez. I'm the black version of Rick Sanchez. What's my fucking portal gun? Anyway, man, I know you got the Dave Chappelle, the Charlie Murphy shit on the album, yo. Yeah.
Were you asking what inspired this album specifically, or just me in general?
Yeah, you said, just you in general. My bad.
Yeah, lately I'm really trying to incorporate, like, I don't know. I treat my music almost like a capsule of just shit that I'm into or shit that I like or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like even the song like that you're mentioning, the Habitual Line Steppers with Money Mowgli.
Shout out to Money Mowgli.
Shout out Money Mowgli.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that specifically, like, that's one of my favorite skits from the Chappelle Show.
Yes.
He's saying like,
and one of my favorite lines.
Steppers. Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. I've incorporated
I say it all the time.
I say it all the time. And a while back, I knew I wanted to name a song that, because I feel like the people that get it would immediately get it. Yeah. But yeah, so that's really what's been inspiring me more than anything, man. Like last time we talked about like my whole reverse engineering thought process when it came to like coming up with song titles and ideas. So sometimes like it's not as fully fleshed out as like a cult classic or like a conceptual album necessarily. Sometimes it's just random like thoughts that I jot down, like, I want to name a song Habitual Line Steppers. Next, when I'm creating, I kind of pull from those like little thought dumps and go from there. But I always try to make sure that my music is infused with things that I actually connect with and resonate with in one way or another, even if it's as silly as a Dave Chappelle line. So
indeed. So what happens? Like, boom, you get the beat, then you like name the song, or you do the song, then you name the song, or you have a concept for the song first, then you.
It depends. It depends on what idea I'm working on. Like I might have an idea for an album that's themed like after a TV show that I really like, right? I mean, I'm not going to be super on the nose about it and just like name the album after the TV show or nothing like that. But it'll be like some sort of reference within. Yeah, like a reference. If you get it, you get it, and I'll build a world around that. So sometimes that's the process where that's how it starts, and then I kind of fill in the blanks from there. But I'm not always in a place of creating for an album specifically. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's just like little drops of a thought. It might be like a song idea that doesn't necessarily fit in the theme of an album or whatever. But I'll just create it just to create it. And sometimes it finds its place, on an album or whatever. But a lot of times, like, I might have the song title before anything else, before I hear the beat or whatever. I like a running list of song titles that I like, and then that kind of like inspires the song from there.
I'm gonna write a whole album called "She Wear Underwear with Dick Holes in Them," No, I'll be about a girl that I love, but she keeps beating the shit out of me.
Ooh, I wish you ill, Ice-T. I wish you ill, Ice-T.
I wish you ill, Ice-T.
No, the player haters ball. Yo, there's a song that I made recently that I almost called the player haters ball specifically because of that sketch. But I was like, it's I don't know. It felt too easy. Like it was like a layup. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't want to be that guy.
Shout out my guy Squeegee. We got a song called "The Player Haters."
You could call it. You could call it.
Shout out
Buck Nasty's Mama's Dish.
That's hilarious. It's a great song title, but I just felt like by the time I thought about it, I'm like, it's definitely out there. Like, there's no way I'm the first person to think of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I was like, and to case in point, Primo, you got a song called that, so I wouldn't have been the first guy.
Indeed.
I think Dave Chappelle. The Dave Chappelle show is probably
it's one of the best shows that's ever been made. Yeah. Ever been made.
Great show.
I find myself wishing it still existed. Like when crazy shit happens in culture, I'm like, damn, I wish Chappelle could make a sketch about this.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it took the world by storm. And it was just so, and shit is like relevant today. Like the dude's head that blew up.
It's low-key more relevant today.
Yes.
Way more. Yeah. Absolutely.
And what's crazy too is like one of the to me, the unsung hero of that show is Neil Brennan. I don't know if you guys are familiar. Yeah. His comedy.
His stand-up comedy is incredible. Really good.
Yeah. I actually got to see, he has a podcast now called Blocks, which I think is inspired by his special that he did, which is not really a comedy special, more like a one-man show. But I actually got to see that one-man show in New York before it was like, you know, even a thing. It was like at I think Cherry Lane Theater. I got to see that like some years back. So it's really dope to see him like kind of blow up. Because back then he was like a if you know, you know. This was like 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah. But now I feel like he's getting more in the limelight, the mainstream limelight rather.
Neil is the guy that co-wrote it with him.
Yeah, he was the co-creator.
I thought he had beef with Dave for a minute.
He was mad at Dave for some time. Briefly. I mean, they're fine. But yeah, I mean, Dave bailed out on the show in the third season.
It seemed like some homie shit. They were, you know, he just felt like it could have been better. But I do think that show is as good as it is because there's so little of it. I think that plays a part.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with it.
They were here just long enough to be heroes and not too long to become villains. So
that's right. Fact.
And it made so many other people more famous than they were.
Shout out Charlie Murphy. Rest in peace, man.
Yes, for real, man. Yeah. I mean, Rick James turned him the fuck up.
That was Kanye's first. If I'm not mistaken, that was Kanye's first TV performance, I believe.
Oh, really? When they did No Dough, the food. On there?
Yeah, with him in Common.
Really? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of unspoken about music moments from that show. Like even that Mos Def freestyle that he did in the car.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, that was dope.
I used to watch that once a day.
Yeah, that's always been Dave Chappelle though. You know, the block parties. He's now opened up a club in Yellow Springs and a firehouse, and it's called YS Firehouse, and they do stand-up comedy. They do music acts, hip hop. All centered around Black culture. It's apparently doing incredibly well. So, but he's always been about just putting a shine on artists.
Yeah, for sure. Yes. I really fuck with Dave Chappelle, man. They made fun of that motherfucker and said since he started lifting weights, he don't wear no shirts with sleeves on. He really don't wear. He really don't wear.
He changed a lot.
Yeah, he got buff. I need to get that buff, man. I probably never get that buff. Yeah. Oh, by the way, everybody out there, you sending me stuff? I wear a large now. I don't wear medium. I got the dad. I got the dad tummy.
You wear a large now?
Yeah, with a large now, man. 6'2", wearing a medium. Now I'm large, man. I finally grew up.
Congrats.
Yeah. I ate the mushroom on Mario. Yeah.
So I must have had 8 or 9 of them then.
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
I'm on that 2X.
Woo wear. Let's talk about the woo wear, yo.
Yeah, man. Like that woo wear is interesting because like that song came beat first. Like when I heard that beat, my first thought was RZA.
Yeah.
Just like
that's
the vibe
what I thought
of
you
it.
were gonna say. Yep.
Yeah. So I wanted to make some sort of reference to Wu-Tang without being corny and something that like meant something to me. And I remember wanting like a Wu wear hoodie bad when I lived in New York. Like that was like something I really, really wanted. So that's kind of, and I have the wooer line in there. So I was like, all right, but the funny thing about that song, that's the shortest song on the project. And it's weird because it's like, it's one of those songs where I did the verse and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just get somebody else on it. And I tried several times to get people on it. And for whatever reason, it just didn't work out. And I was just like, you know what, fuck it, man. I'm gonna just leave it as like a one verse little freestyle. And I think it ended up working out better because of
it's
that
a banger,
whole RZA feel. Yeah. No, thank you.
Next time, call me.
All right, I got you.
I was just gonna say, bro, it's definitely like as soon as you said it was inspired by Wu, like kind of just hearing it. Yeah, you hear it, just the harpsichord to it. Just the way that it's kind of chopped up. Rios.
Yeah, the texture of it too.
Like, the texture of it is kind of gritty. Yeah. But and even your kind of approach, well, I guess that's again how you tailored it was really aggressively in it. You know what I mean? So
I will say this, and I don't want to encourage anybody to do this, but having the one verse instantly, I immediately was like, well, that's not long enough. But I then went back and listened to it again because I didn't get you know what I mean? I didn't get enough of it. So I just had to play it twice. And that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, if you do it well, that's the desired outcome. You know what I'm saying? If you have enough confidence in what you did in that short period of time, it's like, all right, they're just gonna run this back. You know what I mean? But I think there's some people out there that operate from that standpoint, just from thinking about the length of a song and not really worrying about making a song that makes people want to start it over. You know, they just like do it. And that I don't really get too much into that. But on this one, I thought it was one of those appropriate ones where people are going to want to run this one back. So I'll just leave it as is. And it also started to feel like I was forcing it too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's another thing that's like big for me in making music. Like once I start feeling like I'm trying to turn something into something that's not, like I try to stop myself right then and there because that's usually how you fuck good songs up.
Yep. Editing is important.
I feel you on that, man. I definitely feel you on that. You don't want to force it out, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, then it might start. Yeah. Well, that might have been might be a doo-doo reference. You know what I'm saying?
Either way.
Mud butt. Dave Chappelle on the toilet and he blasted off that shit.
That was a classic.
Oh, slow motion.
Yeah, slow motion was funny.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Money Mowgli. We just had him on the joint. It's crazy how God works. Everybody in that area, you know what I'm saying, I spoke very highly of you, man. You know what I'm saying? Word, so boom.
Great community.
No, yeah, for sure, man. And shout out to those guys over there. I've been over to Miami a couple times to kick it with them. You know, me and Shadi have made music together plenty of times, and I think this is probably the third song I have with Mowgli now. We're definitely going to work more in the future. But yeah, those guys really embraced me, man. I connected with Shadi when I made Cold Classic. You know, we got that song Beaumont's Burial together, and then Machacha put us on a couple songs together as well. And you know, living in Florida, like I don't see too many people in this lane, especially people that like are popping up and working with the Machachas and stuff like that. So I've made it a point to kind of connect with them in real life. And Shadi is, you know, if you watch his interviews, one of the things that he always talks about is like really being outside and like touching the people. So to be able to connect with them and kind of watch that manifest in real life has been real dope. And, you know, I did that Coachella show with them in Miami. I think that was in July, end of July. And I went to Shadi's last album release like event out there as well and just kicked it with those guys. Real good people, man. They show a lot of love.
Well, for anybody that makes it this far into the interview, little sneak, we had Money Mowgli last week, you this week, and Shadi's going to be on next week.
Shadi's coming next.
Fire,
and that's second one for Shadi as well.
Come on, man. And we didn't all talk about this or plan and conspire for this either, man. It just
Emo
it
Dad
just
has
happened,
some magic. I'm telling you, the way he puts us together is crazy.
Yeah, those guys are dope, man. And you know, on the last album that Shadi put out with Tev, shout out to Tev as well.
Shout out Tev.
Yeah, we got that song, me, Shadi, and A-Sun Eastwood.
Yeah, and shout out A-Sun.
Yep. Yeah, man, that song, you know, that's like a special one to me because it's very rare to be able to do songs in general, like in the same room with more than one person. And we just approached that in a way that was like, all right, we're all in the same room. Like it was Tev's idea, actually. He was like, yo, since we're here, like, y'all should be trading bars and finishing each other's like verses and stanzas or whatever.
Yeah.
And it just clicked. Everybody just, that makes sense. Like, why not take advantage of the fact that we're all here? So it was a fun experience, man. We were just like, just kicking it, showing each other like, all right, this is what I got. I'm gonna stop right here. You pick it up from there. It was a really dope experience. Dope. And I think, the collaborative piece of it was something I'll remember forever for sure.
I think more people should do shit like that because it's like no real format. Hey, you could just spit a half a bar and go in.
Fuck it. Yeah, no, for real. There was one point where I think A-Sun was like, I got like 8 bars. And then Shotty was like, I got 2. And everybody kind of laughed because we were like, normally nobody's like, I got 2 bars. But in this scenario, it actually made sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, it was fun, man. I think about every time, that people hit me up about that song a lot. But whenever people do, that's like the first thing I think about. Man, that was a fun session for sure.
That's what makes it, man. That's what makes the chemistry really pop off is when it's fun, when people are really enjoying it. And again, that's the essence of this culture and being scientists such as yourself. It's those little nuances and knowing the difference between somebody who just sending a verse in, which is cool. But there's something about the energy when you're in person with each other. It's just something about it, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you heard some motherfuckers that you think is ill, and you get them in the studio, and the motherfuckers don't got, bruh. It'd be like, damn, you worse than me recording, my dude. Like,
oh, you mean like recording technique, like how they record,
or just recording? Period. You gotta say your verse 100 times. You gotta say your shit 100 times, or you punch in every line.
It's funny because like. That used to be my take too. Sometimes I'd be in the studio with somebody. I'm like, damn, I can't believe it's taking them this long to record this verse. But I've had somewhat of a slight change of mind on that, where I think if you're doing it for the sake of making the song the best it can be, like, because sometimes we get caught up in like, I want to just knock the verse out in one take. But then like sometimes you listen to that, you can hear somebody losing breath halfway through the verse and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's some songs where that doesn't sound good to me. So if somebody's doing it for the sake of like what's best for the song, then like hats off. But I have had that thought before for sure. And that also like kind of reminds me of just the competitive spirit in the room too. I think if you have a healthy amount of that can even make it even more fun because, me, Shotty and A-Sun, like I'm sure we'll all tell you like we're spitters, you know what I mean? Like we care about, we care about, the lyrics and like rapping and the technicality of it, an equal amount. And I think that was definitely in the room as we were making the song too. You could tell everybody was like going for it for sure.
Indeed.
That's dope. Oh, I love it, man.
I got techniques that I had to punch in and people be like, oh, you punched in? Like, yeah, but it's like a technique that I've perfected. So if I want to do 100 takes and go to sleep on the floor, I go ahead and do 100 takes and sleep on the floor. I just need to get, definitely.
Yeah, everybody got their own technique, man. Like I don't know, and that's one of the reasons too where I prefer to. I don't really like going to the studio. I'm not like a studio guy. I prefer to record shit at home. One, I know how to record myself, so that's like helpful for me. But also, also I feel like I try more shit too when I'm by myself. Like I don't have nobody in the room telling me like, oh, I don't like that. People will do that too early sometimes. You're like in the middle of trying to figure something out and someone's like, I don't really fuck with that. And I'm like, fucking.
It's not in its final form yet.
Shut the fuck up. Like, that's like, it works. Like, on, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like, leave me alone. But,
fuck. Primo Jab, you remember Pill?
Yeah, I remember Pill.
Atlanta rapper,
Oh, yeah. Pill the home.
He signed to MMG for a little bit.
Yeah, well, they said no. But I think that's a lie, because that nigga had a Foot Locker at his house. Well, he's Young Joe's boy. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He came to the crib and he wanted to record a song. So I was going to record him, and he's like, "You record like that? Nah, I'm good." And he just walked the fuck out. I was like,
"What did you do? What did you do to scare him away?"
I had Pro Tools, same Pro Tools I got right here. But and he tried to record. He was like, "You record like that? Nah, I'm good. I'm out, man." Word. It's like, okay, cool. Like, what the fuck?
I'm like, nah, okay. You can't be too fancy to record, man. You never know, man.
He said he got paid to do a feature, and he's gonna do it. Then that nigga got kicked off Maybach Music like 2 weeks later, yo. Word. He was down
and then he was back at your door like, hey, you still, can we still record?
Nah, that nigga got locked up, but come out. Man, that nigga was on cocaine. He's in the streets, 7:30 doing the karate in the streets.
I was just about to ask if y'all still cool, but it does not sound like it.
No, it doesn't.
If I saw buddy, we dap up. But he was on cocaine. Some people said he was out there wild in the streets. But my homie got a video of him. Your homie, Jamil.
Oh yeah, shout out my guy.
He we live in these lofts, and he had his deck on this shit. He had a video. He holding the camera down to the street, and Pills doing karate to invisible fucking demons, and he took his hat and threw it at the demon. Yeah, he said, "Yo, my man Pills out here 7:30," and my girlfriend said 7:30. She's like, it's like 2:00. No, I said no. 7:30 means crazy, baby. 7:30 means he's crazy. Word. I'm like, yeah, but we didn't hear it for a while. I was like, he's 7:30. He shows the video. I'm like, what is he doing? Yo, he's fighting his demons. You see him throw the hat at him? He threw the hat like Odd Job and James Bond or some shit, yo. I'm like,
oh, shit.
But everybody has their own technique. I'll tell you this right here. Saints Never Die. You gave me an idea. Because you got the Lady Death, not Lady Death, the Grim Reaper. I'm gonna do an album about the Lady Death with Thanos. You know what I'm saying?
The name is slipping me, but I just saw an album cover of yours where you're like standing behind a young lady. Is the best way I can say
standing behind a young lady.
That is just what you can
put. That album cover is incredible, bro. Like that. When I saw it recently, I was like, yo. And it's very Lukey.
Yeah, look, no hands.
Oh, fire! Yeah,
look, no hands.
Look, no hands.
They're all gone. I think the regular joints.
I got mine. Somewhere.
What's up, Karl? Thanks,
Carl. I know where mine is coming.
Thanks, people. Pause. Yeah, but yeah, album cover's on point, man. I saw the album cover. I was like, oh shit. They got Andre in the Rapture. Nah. But yeah, album covers are a lot, man. You got good album covers, man. Like
that means
Blake Teddy Santis, you had who was that? Stabmaster Arson.
Yeah.
I love Stabmaster Arson work.
Yep.
Bro, definitely a fan. He's so talented, man, and that's somebody I've been a fan of for a long time. I think he did like a Doom design or something that I had found online like a long time ago, and just really fell in love with it. And then we just connected on Instagram. Yeah, I knew I definitely wanted to get him to do an album cover of mine. And when I thought of the concept of this album, I knew it had to be him. But yeah, he brought my idea to life perfectly. Like I'm definitely getting that one printed out and hung up on the wall or something. But shout out to him, man. He did a really, really excellent job on that album cover. It's probably my favorite one to date.
Didn't Stab do the Super Shredder and the Orokusaki?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, which were both Doom inspired as well.
Yeah, Doom and Forever probably. I don't think no one can. Oh, this one guy, Rock, but they're the same dudes. You know what I'm saying? To me, they both make beats.
I find it interesting how many times people do Doom inspired albums, but like keep it fresh for the most part. Like I was talking to. I remember when Action Figure had dropped the Doom Was Right. Album cover, and I sent him like a message like shortly. I was like, yo, man, the way you guys executed this is excellent, because it's a risky thing to do, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Doom's fan base is very touchy and sensitive, and me included, but sensitive to like people making references if they're not doing it justice. But I feel like a lot of the ones I've seen in this space, like Mickey Diamond has a couple Action Figures,
Blue Azul.
There's been quite a few, and I think that the ones we just named at least are done really well, really tastefully.
Yeah. The one thing I loved about the Action Figure was he wasn't trying to copy a Doom record at all. It was definitely an Action Figure record with an homage to Doom, absolutely. But, he didn't try to get like into a different bag or be a different rapper or anything like that to try to, and I'm not saying any of the others did that we just mentioned, but, that I think a lot of people were expecting like, really Doom style beats,
like Doom type beats.
And
he didn't.
No.
Carl,
it's a great standalone record.
You just pointed it out also to piggyback off what you were saying, Andre, again, the people know when something is genuine and authentic, and it's not something where it's like you're trying to clout chase or just blow them off of the status of Doom. So they wouldn't have even let like half of these things that we talking about fly. If they felt like it was really somebody who, oh yeah, you just a fake, you're a toy on some, yesterday's fan, just found out about it yesterday type dude. No.
Yeah, no, you can tell Blue, none of those, Mickey, they're all definite hardcore Mickey, fans
exactly.
of Doom.
These are people that are really tapped in, and again,
and
they understand.
And the fact that people accept like their homage in that way says a lot about the music itself. Because like you said, it wouldn't get past that crowd without having kind of made that type of quality of music. So
there's quality music behind it. Absolutely right.
Man. I was just talking to Action Figure earlier. He announced the album with Machacha. I don't know if y'all saw that.
Yep, I saw that.
I'm excited about that one too, man.
Machacha got 87 albums, man. What's going on?
I mean, that guy is crazy productive. There's got to be 5 people. It's got to be 5 different people. All named Machacha, and they're just like he's cloned himself.
I got another Machacha album in the tuck. Like I don't
understand where this guy keeps coming up with beats.
Yeah,
so it's either every beat he makes, rappers go, yes, I'll rap on it, or he produces so much. Because like most producers are gonna say, well, yeah, like 1 out of 5 gets picked. Okay, so if he's got like 120 records already. How many beats has he made that haven't been picked?
Bro, every beat that Machacha sends me is something I would rap on.
That's got to be it.
I have to be selective. That's the only and it's like it sucks because I also have to be like I try to exercise selflessness. When I hear something that I like, if I know I'm not going to use it for that album, I give it back so somebody else can have can have a chance at hearing it and using it before I do. But it's tough, man. Like he sends packs that are like. Every single one of them is a go. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's just producing at like a very high rate. And I think he just trusts himself, bro. Like that's what I think of when I hear the stuff that he sends me. Because even the other day, like I sent him something to remix. Like I had the vocals and like we were doing a Machacha remix of a certain song, and when he sent it back to me, he was just like, yeah, I made this from scratch in like 20 minutes. I was like, God damn. Like you hear this beat, it does not sound like something. Yeah, it doesn't sound like something someone would make in 20 minutes, but I think it's just that trust in himself,
I mean, but and really just to shout out Machacha, the amount of work, it's all at this incredibly high level, but it's also like so tailored to the artist.
Yeah.
Like, all of his albums are so different. Based on who he's working with, and it's incredible that he can. He's just so versatile and so prolific.
I think a big part of that too with Machacha specifically is that he works with people that he's a fan of. So I think that if he likes what you do and he likes what you bring, from a rap standpoint, he knows how to complement that and how to create the sonic world that could live in.
I think that's so important.
And mostly to his taste level too. I think that's the coolest part. Because there's beats that Machacha has sent me that like I liked it, but I was like, I wouldn't necessarily pick it, but he'll kind of like push for it. Like, I think you sound dope on this one. And he was right. I rap on it. I'm like, yo, you're right. I probably wouldn't have done that if I didn't have that like extra push. So I think having that taste level is important as well, along with the trust that I was talking about, or the trust in himself.
Yeah.
But he has a very high taste level.
Yeah. Yeah. That's an understatement.
Denmark.
He's got a great ear, and also I think he has something in him that really is driving him to stay up to date and aware of who's really spitting shit. How can I need to be a part of the energy, right?
Excuse me.
And he knows how to compliment y'all the right way, like with these packs, like you said, he's a fan. You can tell absolutely he understands his assignment when he's trying to create something with y'all. So everything's intentional, everything's individually tailored.
Yeah, and another thing too, I think doesn't get talked about enough is he's mixing and mastering a lot of this shit too. Like his albums that he's producing, he's mixing and mastering a lot of it. So he has an extra level of control, but also that extra level of skill too, because a bad mix can ruin a good song.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes there's songs that I'm like, I would like this if it was mixed a little better or differently or whatever. So I definitely want to call that out because I think it's super important. And the fact that he does that, and in my opinion, I don't think he gets talked about that much. You know, people will tag when he mixes and masters stuff, but it's something I want to bring to the forefront because that's a whole nother skill set that he applies to all the albums, or you know, a majority of the albums that he produces.
Absolutely.
What up? I was big on mixes, but then I heard Operation Doomsday, and all that shit was out the door. It sounded like they recorded that shit in the stairway or some shit. It wasn't. Yeah. Then Rock Marciano, and it sounded like he don't mix his beats at all sometimes.
I don't know, man. There was a point in time where I was a little too precious with mixing, and you know, I would end up not putting certain songs out because I could never get the mix right or whatever. And I feel that I had to break out of that because it was really, you know, kind of like stagnating my output. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't getting as much music out there. I wasn't getting as many opportunities for people to hear me and what I have to offer. So I kind of had to break out of that. There's still. I'm not saying I don't give a fuck anymore. Like that's definitely not the case because I'm super, super picky about it. I'm super hands-on with my mixes and the way that they sound and the way that they go out to people. But I think you got to find that balance and not allow it to hold you back because I know even personally, a lot of people that I know that make music got a ton of shit sitting on their hard drive because they couldn't get the mix perfect or to sound like their favorite artist or whatever.
Yeah.
And that shit, at the end of the day, that shit is stupid. So
what do they say? Perfection is the enemy of doing anything or something like that. I don't know the statement, but it's part of me, man. But you know, it's something deep and prolific along those lines of don't try to chase perfection because you'll never get anything done.
I don't mean to laugh, but you're normally so much more eloquent than that. That was awesome. I wasn't anticipating that.
You know who taught me not to give a fuck?
THC juice.
I remember. It was back, it's still MySpace days, I guess, but it was No Emotion who called me and was like, yo, fuck quality. They're telling me about quality. Man, fuck quality, man. Like, I'm just putting this shit out. And I heard his first album. Now, that's when I was like, what the fuck? Then going to Makami and all his mixes were horrible. Like, horrible. But I still was listening. Probably because
it works when it works. It works. I mean,
if you're good rapping, you good at rapping, then it works. But if you're not good at rapping, yo, it's gonna be like it's gonna make it even worse.
It works when it works, but it definitely doesn't always work. I've definitely heard some songs that I felt like got ruined by bad mixes. But yeah, even like some of the early West Side Gun shit, like most of that shit isn't mixed. You know what I'm saying? But it's just it also like depending on the type of music you make, I think a light mix or something that's, you know, quote unquote unmixed could add to the texture of the song too. Cause there's certain songs by West Side Gun. Like I'm trying to think of one specifically.
Those Tops.
Yeah. Or what I was going to say was, Jesus Crack, with, him, Stove God and Estee Nack. I think if that song was actually mixed, I wouldn't like it. Like I've listened to it a bunch of times and I like the greenness of it. Yeah. It adds to the song for me.
I think that's the rare case though.
Yeah,
I think most of Makami, and it's not that I'm not a Makami fan, but I definitely think better mixes would improve my listening enjoyment of those.
Especially the early.
You don't think Rich Ass? Oh, okay, early.
Rich Ass Haitian
is different. That's mixed down. That's definitely
no. That's definitely yes.
Yeah, you know, K Tronada, I think, is a very good ear when it comes to engineering and things like that. And I think he was right attached.
But I mean, I'll even say the same about Operation Doomsday. I mean, I love it, but if it was mixed better, I think it would add to it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, Sucker Man Sucker Tash. His hooker bucket to his last.
It's just so good you can get away with it.
Motherfucker ass. Yeah, but I ain't never heard no shit like that. When I heard that line right there, I was like, I ain't really heard no shit like that before. Like, word. Sucker Tash, hooker broke it to his last bucket cash he level, motherfucker ass. I was like, yo. And MF Grimm going back and forth. I was like, yo, and it really sounds like they handed the mic to each other. Like, I'm like,
they probably were.
Yeah. And the other one. What's the other one? What you think about me? He said, drop more. What was it? when I rock. Rap niggas get shell shocked. So some song watch the birdie go tick tock. It really sounds like they handing the mic is what I think you actually hear the mic one time when he passed the ball the mic to somebody else. He says King Dream. Yeah, I mean it really. Yeah, but
some of that shit like it makes a song for sure. But it's like those rare capturing lightning in the bottle moments. You know what I'm saying? It's not a formula for everything. You know,
but was it intentional, or is that was what they had? We will never know. And that's why we're not going to explain it. Yeah. Well, Doom's dead.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't think he's dead, man. I think he's chilling somewhere.
My hopes up.
Yeah, he's chilling somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Where I don't know, on a boat. I don't know what he's doing, man. But have you met your hero before, or someone you looked up to, and you realized they was just a scumbag?
Not necessarily. I haven't had like my dream shattered in that way, but I've definitely come into contact with people that I didn't, I kind of was watching from afar, or like, might be that have some sort of success in whatever lane it is, like whether it's rap or just art in general. Either met them or they reach out to me, I reach out to them, and it just wasn't. It wasn't what I thought. You know what I'm saying? Like they were a little different, and also like a big thing too. You hear people talk about this so much at a higher level, but specifically when it comes to rap, I feel like, I was talking earlier about like Shadi and A-Sun. We got in the room and that like level of respect for each other, but also that like friendly competition was there. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you get into rooms with rappers and that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you get in the room and it's like people are just trying to out ego each other and it could just fuck the vibe up. So that is all to me under the umbrella of don't meet your heroes as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, thankfully, I've had a lot of really good experiences when it comes to, vetting people out and meeting them and working with them. But there has been times where I'm like, yeah, this isn't what I thought it was going to be, So.
Okay. So I'm going to steal the top 5 again.
Do it. Go, Karl, go.
Top 5 people that you're heroes that you would be afraid to meet.
Oh man, I've actually put thought into this, so I'm glad you asked.
Word.
Yeah, Pharrell. I feel like if I met Pharrell and had a bad experience, it would change so much about me as a human being. You know what I'm saying? Like, Pharrell is a big one. Jay-Z for sure.
He probably be alright though with Jay.
Jay-Z seems like he'd be cool.
Him with Mop. So yeah, and Rock. So we might be okay.
Yeah. West Side Gun actually is one of them, and I think mostly because I've seen him black out on people on like Twitter. And but I also feel like those people are agitating him, and I know I'm not that type of dude, so I don't feel like that would happen to me. But
100%, he's probably one of the best people.
He's so nice,
I've heard.
Super cool.
Yeah, in real life, it's totally the Twitter. It's totally the Twitter. So when you meet this dude.
In person, he is incredibly gracious.
I got a lot of respect for a lot of things that he's done. Not only like Twitter. The Twitter should be hilarious to me, but even like
me too.
The way he's carried himself, and the way like he talks about it quite often, being the curator that he is. But I think that he's just put so much thought into how he's put together these albums and how he's introduced people to, a new audience or whatever. Like the other day, I don't know if you guys have seen like the interview that Stove God did on the Joe and Jada podcast. And he was kind of telling the story about when they did, he's on like 3 songs on Fly God is an Awesome God too.
Yeah.
And amazing. That was an introduction for a lot of people. Like a lot of people that listen to Gun had never heard of Stove God. Because I think Reasonable Doubt was only out for a short amount of time at that point.
Like almost like 6-7 months, maybe. Yeah. It didn't go up. It didn't go up like that.
It didn't go up yet. Yeah. But so the way Stove God explained it was that Gun hit him and was like, yo, I need you to get on these 3 joints for this album. And he was like, once this is out, people are going to go back and listen to your other shit, the way they're supposed to, and it'll all take off from there. So just knowing that he actually has that type of foresight and he's expressing that to his peers and people around him and making those plans and executing them in the way that it's intended, I have a lot of respect for that. And he's somebody, if I met them, I would have a lot of questions. So yeah, that would worry me if he wasn't who I thought he was for sure. What was that? 3 people?
3. Yes. That's 3.
I'm with you with Pharrell though. Pharrell might scare me.
Yeah,
I might
Pharrell
get close,
cool.
close to him.
Pharrell seems cool though.
Yeah, you might get too close to him. And be like, back up. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. I'm like, my bad, bro. My bad, G.
Damn, this is a tough one. Those three I've definitely thought about. I don't know about a top 5.
You ain't say Kanye that he already ruined it, huh?
Yeah, that's that.
That ain't even up for discussion.
Yeah, that's good. Like that's I didn't have to meet him, unfortunately. Which is a real bummer for real. But
maybe it'll be better in real life.
I can't imagine.
He sucked his cousin's dick.
I can't force the other two. That's my. I'll give you a top 3.
Okay. And Kanye is right there, like we already know the truth.
Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy.
He been out the headlines though. Yeah, he been out the headlines though.
I mean, he just dropped that documentary or whatever that's been floating around.
Yeah, my wife was telling me about that. That's on our Netflix list. I heard it's interesting. Yeah, it's a Netflix documentary.
Yeah, I gotta peep the fly shit then. I gotta peep the fly shit. Shout out to my chacha out there in Copenhagen. You know what I'm saying? In Denmark. If y'all don't know where that's at, it's over there. By whatchamacallit. Yeah. You got any plans to do any shows? You know what I'm saying? Not DJing, like rapping?
Yeah, no, I definitely want to, man. It's tough. Lately, I don't know, man. It's an interesting time, but I've been trying to not just rely on like the hometown shit as much and just build, more shit outside of that area and get in front of people that have never heard of me or have never gotten a chance to see me live. So I've been more focused on that. I just mentioned doing that show with Shadi in July, and I'm planning to do more things outside of that area. So this year was definitely very heavy on building my catalog. And I think the next thing for me to really focus on is bringing that live show aspect of it to the realm, and also just getting out there with the people and getting the opportunity to get them, have them be able to buy physical copies of my product from me. I think that's one of the things that people have been reaching out about a lot. And I think, I've been kind of alternating with working with the labels and also like doing my own thing when it comes to tapes and CDs, at least. And I think people really do enjoy buying directly from an artist. So that being said, doing live shows and giving them the opportunity to not only see a live show, but grab a t-shirt from me, grab a tape, grab a CD is definitely high on my priority list for like the next steps.
Nice.
Shout out to everybody over there overseas. Someone over there throw a festival.
I've been thinking about that, man. Like I was it's funny. I was texting with Martin from Copenhagen recently, and I was telling him, I'm like, I'm an ideas guy. Like I have a lot of ideas. So if you know what I'm saying, you ever want to talk about some shit, let me know. But like that's something that I've thought about too. Is even like in Atlanta, like it would be dope to get a show with like me, Vega, and like one other person. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but those are the opportunities that I think that we could all be taking more advantage of. But those are conversations that I'm having. I'm talking to a lot more people, a lot of my peers in this space, and I think once I build a rapport with certain people, it's easier to have those conversations. So it's definitely top of mind for me.
Okay, 250. I don't know. They still got that. They got that. At 529, it costs $250 to put on a show. I think, right?
$250. That doesn't sound trustworthy.
I think they had an advertisement. Am I wrong, guys?
That's interesting.
I think Lukey.
Yeah,
that's probably why.
You'd have to reach out to Sid.
Yeah,
Sid Howells. One of the new owners. Him and a guy from Terminus Hate City. They just bought the club. So, but I happen to be the general manager at a rock club out in Gainesville. So maybe we can work something out.
There's been a lot of talk about some festivities kicking off. So and maybe these ideas come to life sooner than later.
It's viable. You know what I'm saying? I think it's viable and practical, and I think that's the most important thing. Like you could just build from there, because sometimes there are ideas where as much as I promote anybody to be ambitious and go for what they want, but sometimes I hear things where I'm like, I don't know if that makes much sense right now, or like with everybody that you're trying to get involved. But something like that to me is super viable and very doable. So I would love to have more conversations about that and make it happen.
Yeah, I fuck with it. know what I'm saying? We can make this shit cracker too, yo. It's very viable. It's very doable. We just got to get a right time, date out there long enough so everybody, because everybody here works jobs and raps. Well, mostly everybody. You know what I'm saying? There's a few guys, some of the bigger
time to promote.
out there. Yeah, give time to promote. Give time to everybody to take days off work. Come down here, get goosed out and have a powwow. In the words of the great Ghostface, he said, "Throw up the CD. Throw up the CD. If you bought it, we'll get goosed out and have a powwow." My cousin Mario was like, "What the fuck? Like Native American?" Yeah, it was like, yeah. I
haven't heard Ghostface's new album. Have y'all heard it yet?
Yes.
I've been meaning to check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
You don't really got to, bro. Yeah.
Everybody should listen to it once. You know, if you know. Hey man, I love Ghostface Killer, man.
Don't even meet your heroes.
It's tricky doing a sequel though. That's like that was the first thing that came. Yeah, that was a good one, Lukey. That was the first thing that came to mind when I saw it was Supreme Clientele 2. I'm like, man, that's risky because you got so much fanfare behind that for decades now. You know what I'm saying? So that's not an easy thing to do.
If it was named something else, then maybe it would be
great. It'd be great.
No, not great, but still,
it'd be fine.
You'd be listening to it from a different perspective. That's for sure.
Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to get some of that God slang. Like the best slang I ever heard in hip hop is Camp Low and Ghostface Killer, Supreme Clientele. And you listen to this album, you're like, fuck. So, yeah, I don't know. I'd just be like, yo, get high again and write raps, please.
That's how I felt about the Marshall Mathers LP too. I feel like that kind of came and went, but the Marshall Mathers LP is definitely my favorite Eminem album. And when the sequel came out, it was I was of two, like, I don't know, I had two schools of thought on it because I liked the fact that he called back to the first one, like he actually connected them, and there was like
together
a real through line, you know, between those two albums. Mm-hmm. But I also thought it was a disservice to the original one to make that sequel. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like, that far apart. So, you know.
Same thing.
That's why they got to chill with the whole sequel wave that's kind of started, man. Like some things just need to just stand alone and be their own thing. Or if you're going to make a sequel, make sure that you're putting the effort and the attention into it that it deserves, so it comes out fully baked. Like for example, while we talking about these sequels, I mean, Cuban Link Part 2, it ain't Cuban Link Part 1. But it's a solid album. It's a solid album. Nobody got no complaints with it being called Cuban Link Part 2. It's like, okay, sure. Cuban Link Part 2, I'm with it.
I think you gotta treat a series like a series. Like that's my whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely have a couple you know, album series that I've been ideating on for a while. And I think like I'm confident in the intention I have behind it and actually making it make sense within, you know, the scope of like a trilogy or whatever the case is. But I definitely think that there's times where I've seen artists that I really enjoy just kind of slap like, you know, whatever 2 or whatever 3 because the first one works. And that's, to me, that's doing your catalog a disservice because when people look back on it, you know, if you don't have that series that they can hold on to, because like, even with Gun, like the Hermes series, like the Hitler Wears Hermes series is like his fans hold that near and dear. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
it means something.
It means something, and I think he knows that too because I think he treats it that way. But yeah, there's a lot of room for error when you do that if you're not doing it the right way.
I think there has to be a purpose behind it. So I don't know what the year span is between Supreme Clientele 1 and 2, but you can't tell me that 20. It was a necessity. You know what I mean? Like, I think, you know, in Ghost's career, it was something he kind of needed to do to kind of put like more eyes on the project he was dropping more than it was he needed to do a follow-up. When you have artists like, and you know, I'm going to use underground rappers, but Mickey Diamond with the Bangkok Dangerous series, you know, each one is a progression and it gets better and better as you go through. You know what I mean? Because he's hungry and there's a purpose behind why he's making those records. And so there's a drive and he's elevating himself on it. Whereas when you have somebody that's, you know, putting out Cuban Links 2, a number of years after the first one, or Supreme Clientele a number of years after that first one.
25 years.
Yeah. Was it really necessary? Jesus. If it was really necessary, you wouldn't have waited 25 years to tell the second part.
No.
That's fair.
Hey, great point, Karl.
Yeah, he was saying it was going to drop for so many years before that, though. Supreme Clientele, Blue and Cream, they're supposed to come out on that Kanye Shell thing. Then it didn't come out. I'm like, dang, man. Like, yeah. But, yo, you go listen to it, Andre. You'll be like, yeah, I should have listened to it.
I'll check it out. I like to give everything at least one listen.
Give it a shot, man. That's what I said. Give it a shot. You got to give it a shot just off the strength of respect.
Hit the group message and tell me I'm lying.
Yeah, I'll follow up. I got you.
Primo Jab, what we got?
Man, looking at the Gucci about that time, man. Mm-hmm.
6 bad bras flying in at 9. Yeah.
Hey, you have nothing to apologize for this time, Lukey.
Man, I like music. I said I like Glorilla, yo. Yeah.
I'm not gonna make you apologize for that.
Gloria.
Again, man, I just wanna shout you out for being a super dope technical MC, being a raw thinker, and being an intellect with everything that you're trying to do, man, and building on it and trying to create an aesthetic, I think you used the word before, build a world behind your music, man. It's definitely coming through. I'm glad this year you got the opportunity to come out with diverse products. I think the people are going to really like this one when they hear it come out in the next couple of days. I'm glad that we got to kind of go through and just talk about it. Also,
Heroes, yeah.
And I like that you didn't really give too much information about it, because I'm like you. I don't need to hear the whole explanation behind the invention of everything. Like, sometimes I just want to appreciate it for being what it is and make my own assumption, or just live in my own vibe of what it brings to me. And that's the type of music you make. It's vibe music, is open for interpretation, and people are just going to walk away intrigued with it, man. So yeah, man, salute. Keep doing what you're doing, my guy. I'm glad we got back to getting on this Zoom 8 months later.
I appreciate y'all, man. And I said it last time, I'll say it again. I really appreciate you guys like providing the space to have these type of conversations. I think
happy to do it.
Yeah, I've come across a lot of like just artists that I haven't listened to or whatever. Got a chance to hear them speak with you guys and went and checked out their music, and just even built a network through there. So I really appreciate you guys platforming the artists that operate in the space that we do, and just giving people the opportunity to be heard.
Awesome sauce, yo. Karl, what we got, bro?
Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of tag on to what Primo Jab was saying. My wife is an artist, and whenever artists do shows, they have to do an artist statement. And Erica hates it. She's like, if I wanted to write a letter about what my art was about, I wouldn't have made the art. It's there.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? And so, I do like your approach on leaving that open interpretation, because I feel like if it's really good art, it's going to appeal to different people for different reasons. Mm-hmm. And as long as it's evoking emotion and bringing people along for a ride, it doesn't necessarily matter what the car is or what road you're on. As long as you're on that ride, you're good. And I definitely feel like you're an artist that I constantly want to jump in the car with. So, again, I appreciate you coming back, and you're going to have to get with Primo Jab tomorrow so we can get you locked in for the next one.
9 months later.
3 years later. No.
No, for sure. I appreciate that, Karl. Thank you, man. And thanks for, you're one of the guys that whenever, people talk to you about albums that have come out recently that you're enjoying, you always find a way to bring up a project that I've worked on. So I really appreciate that, man.
It's only because it's projects that I'm listening to. So
yeah,
it's a fact.
What's up, yo? So 10-8. You know what I'm saying? Don't Meet Your Heroes with Rios. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And vinyl on the 15th.
Copenhagen.
Nice.
Yo. And go check out the back catalog. You got 3 this year.
It's my third one this year. Open up shop, the Black Teddy Santis.
And then,
with Don Carrera.
Then with other
Black
ones
Teddy
with
Santis Machacha. And then now Don't Meet Your Heroes at Rios.
Yeah, so go peep the fly shit. Go peep the fly shit, yo. And there's more to come. And there's a whole album in the tuck with Machacha. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Word. Yeah. So you gotta know. You gotta know what the business is.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, another song that's poorly mixed that I like. You probably don't even know this, Andre or Karl. No, Karl was here. What's happening? No, I'm talking about Karl. Primo Jab.
What's happening?
What's happening? It's on the radio. Like with my white tee. Remember when my white tee was like big?
Okay.
Oh, the franchise boy.
There was a lot of stuff.
No, it wasn't the Franchise Boy. It was another.
But it was around that time. Yeah. I know the song, but I don't know the name.
What's happening?
No, you can say
who knows?
It was
there
horrible.
were a lot of hey man, shout out the trap era.
Yeah, but I was going to Jazzy
Snap
Tees.
Trap era. Yeah,
miss me on that.
I was going to Jazzy Tees, yo. I was going to Jazzy Tees.
We love you, the Tizzle.
Yeah, we did. And shout out to my homie, what that nigga name? Dang, man. I forget it. DC. Big fat 300-pound, 6-foot dude. The dude said, you either knock him out or I knock you out. DC hit this motherfucker in the back of the head. He fell on the ground. We had to drag this nigga at Jazzy Tees. I'm like, I wasn't really dragging him nowhere. That nigga was heavy. You know what I'm saying? Word. So boom. Shout out to the snare. Dead weight is heavy as fuck.
Dead weight is heavy.
How do you grab these people and run them to safety? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Word. Anyway, Don't Meet Your Heroes, 10-18, Copenhagen. 10-8. Yeah, 10-8, my bad. Then you got the vinyl, 10-15.
That's right.
Copenhagen. Yeah, I fucked it all up, man. You know how I do. You know what I'm saying? Word.
It's all good, man. Yeah, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Rewind. Yeah, yo, boom. Don't be late. Not the 18th. Not my fault. You can rewind this. Today. See y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.